Hello and welcome to the Intellectual Idiot Show with your extremely handsome, beautifully tan, good-looking host Max Hoffman and the now bald-headed sideburns Tyler Jeske.
It's looking clean, Mr. Mophead.
Looking really tight.
Look at your hair.
You know what?
Max's mutton chops are at about 4 to 5 inches
I
right now.
cut them because you made me self-conscious last
You
episode.
cut the mutton chops? They're still
so
there.
I got them down a little bit more.
They're still growing about 3 inches down on your face.
Shit, you fucking mama. So, I mean, honestly, we're 4 episodes in. We've made it. Welcome to episode 4. I mean, I cannot believe, first of all, that we've made it 4 episodes.
Yeah, it's crazy how far along this has come already.
Yeah.
I mean, we literally came up with this idea like a week before we started and just kind of been winging it.
I think what's incredible is like the amount of feedback we've gotten, like the amount of like interaction that we've gotten, and like people watching our YouTube and listening to our podcast. Like, people actually like to hear stuff.
And I'm really grateful for
I don't know how that's
the
possible.
feedback. Yeah, we're kind of idiots and we don't really know what we're talking about. I don't understand why people
You can
listen.
speak for yourself.
I mean, you're more of an,
Oh, okay.
idiot than
Okay.
me.
Well, anyway, I mean,
Easy
I can
with the
speak
coffee.
on behalf of Tyler, but thank you all for listening and giving us feedback and subscribing and following and rating us 5 stars or whatever you want to rate us. Thank you all for...
As long as it's not a 1.
Keep along on the journey because it's only going to get better. We're only going to learn more. We're only going to improve. So we really, really thank you for the feedback and everything that you've given us so far. And you're in for a hot episode. Of course, kicking it off with your favorite, what's hot, what's not. We're going to talk a little Bucks, Brewers. We're going to talk NBA playoffs. I know Ty wanted to dive into kind of a special story about Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Just talk a little bit about his upbringing. It's just interesting to hear about and learn about.
We're going to dive into Fuck Up of the Week, of course. We're back to talking about our own fuck-ups. There are plenty of them out there, and I know that a couple of you, if you're listening...
The story that I have is an all-time fuck-up. This is my number 1 fuck-up that you'll probably ever hear from me.
Really highlights how stupid of a person that you truly are.
It's a bad one, I'm not going to lie. Stay tuned for that.
All right. Well, let's get it going. What's hot, what's not? Do you want to kick us off, big boy?
Sure, why not? Yeah.
Come on now, Bert. Get started.
Ja Morant. The man, he's just such a fun player to watch. He is unbelievable. His athleticism is just off the charts. He's become an unbelievable shooter. He took down the Warriors single-handedly himself last game.
That's
47 points. I think he had close to a triple-double. The dunk he had in this playoffs. His athleticism is just insane. He's like sort of reminds me of when D Rose was in his prime before he sliced like his knees 5 separate times.
Yeah, D Rose is an absolute animal.
I think Ja Morant is going to be a special player for many years to come. He's already a superstar, and I think he's going to be.
Remember when he absolutely single-handedly destroyed Marquette by 30 points in that playoff?
Murray State. They're a team. They were a team to fear.
They're good this year too.
Yeah, the Racers. I really love Ja Morant. He's quickly becoming one of my favorite overall athletes. Just seems like a really likable guy. I am nervous of his play style though, that it's going to catch up to him, and he plays it the way he plays is very dangerous. Just flying all over the gym,
I mean, I gotta be honest. Giannis plays the same way, but the difference between the two of them is Giannis is
6'11",
7 feet tall, and
he doesn't need to really
pounds.
jump. Ja Morant, 6'3", something like that, and he is just flying. His hops are just insane.
Mine's a lot. Honestly, he reminds me of me.
Yeah, Max. Max he's got about a 49-inch vertical.
No, 67.
67-inch vertical.
69-inch.
The world's number 1 vertical.
69-inch vertical.
Attaboy.
Yeah, buddy.
So yeah, he's what's hot for me.
What's not good?
What's not? I think everyone could agree with me on this one. It's just shit has really hit the fan since the whole pandemic. The airline industry.
Oh.
Airlines, flights in general. They are down big right now. I mean, cancellations up the wazoo. It seems like every time I go on a fucking flight, delay. Every time I'm trying to get somewhere, like I'm so close to missing my connection.
Southwest especially.
I love Southwest. I will be loyal to Southwest.
Stop.
I just got the Saver Points credit card, so I'll be Southwest for a long time. But they are always delaying their flights. It's bad.
You should tell the audience about our Spirit Airlines flight back from Las Vegas.
Oh, that was one of the worst
Tell
things.
everybody right now.
We decided to stay in Las Vegas for 5 nights.
4 nights.
4 nights, 5 days. Full 5 days. We did a red-eye flight coming back on the 5th day, midnight, coming back at 7:30 in the morning, and we all had to work that next day. We took a goddamn Spirit flight. That was one of the most miserable days I've ever had in my entire life.
Yeah. We got back. Our flight got delayed not only a day, but then that next day it got delayed like hours and hours after that. So it was like 2 a.m. Well, our flight took off at like 11 p.m. and we got back at like 6 a.m. because of the time change and all that stuff too.
And we're all like, well, we got to work in an hour.
It was not good.
Yeah, and then I recently had my Salt Lake experience. I was supposed to arrive at like 10:15, I believe, 10 o'clock in Salt Lake, and we were going to go skiing at like, wake up at 6 in the morning, and I ended up getting there, I believe it was at 1 o'clock, and there were no Ubers around because it was so fucking late. So I had to wait like an hour to get an Uber. I ended up getting to Kyle's house. By the way, he ended up giving me the wrong address. So it's dark. They're all sleeping. I'm trying to find his house. He gave me the wrong address. Thank God it was just like a couple houses down the road, so I ended up finding it. But just another classic example. Fucking flight delays.
Unbelievable. Yeah, so that's a good what's hot, what's not. I mean, for me, my what's hot is Wisconsin sports. Like, it's a really good time to be Wisconsin sports.
Yeah.
Like, the Bucks are the best team in the
league. Legit chance to win it all.
Again, back to back. I mean, the Packers, as long as we have Rodgers, we are going to be one of the best teams in the league.
Now we got Christian Watson, even though I got the insider scoop from Max Race for all my Cedarburg viewers. It's not a good insider review. We'll have to talk about that at some point. He went to North Dakota State. He coached there, and he got the insider scoop to me. So I might have to bring it up later in the episode.
I think
insider scoop. He's the Adam Schefter of North Dakota State football.
Wow, that's some really deep stuff.
Deep stuff.
My brain is struggling to comprehend right now. Yeah, what's hot? Wisconsin sports, fantastic. I mean, they are really. It's great because Chicago is just a disaster. The Cubs are so bad. The Bears are an absolute joke. What a joke. And then on top of that...
It makes me really happy that it's just that Chicago sports are an absolute joke right now. We don't know anything about hockey. We can't.
Suck.
We'll just say they suck. We don't really actually know anything about hockey.
My what's not is the Kentucky Derby. I gotta be honest with you. I have a lot to say about the Kentucky Derby, and I'll start with saying... How can you bet on a horse? I mean, like, honestly, like, it's an animal. It's an animal running around. What if that animal, like, honestly, God, like, what if that animal just said, like, I'm not running this race, I'm going to sit down?
I'm tired. I'm
good.
I want to eat a carrot.
Like, or a burger.
A bird?
Burger.
Eat a burger.
Good.
What is wrong with you?
I mean... You never know. I honestly, like, I just think, like, the Kentucky Derby, so many people get so into this thing. It's just like, you're watching horses run on a track. I don't get it. I could go, dude. You will be to a farm and see horses driving anywhere within 20 minutes in Wisconsin.
Yeah.
That's it.
I mean, these horses are literally bred, to race. Like, they cost millions of dollars to breed these horses. Like, it's nuts. Like, if you actually look into it.
I don't have that money.
I mean, not a lot of people do. But there are the gambling addicts out there that will go and, put however much money they want on their horse and probably don't win very much. But
I had a story today, though. I was with one of my buddies up at a party, and I had we don't know anything about the Kentucky Derby, and it just popped up, and this one horse came on. It was like 900 to 1 odds to win, and it was like Rich Strike was the name of the horse.
Rich Strike.
And
see, they normally come up with better names.
And my buddy was just like, "You won't bet on that game," and I'm like, "You're right, I won't, because I'll never bet on a horse, and I don't know anything about the Kentucky Derby or horses or horse racing." So I didn't bet on it. The horse won, and it was like,
how much were you going to throw down?
I don't know how much I would have won. I would have won a lot of money.
What were you thinking of potentially betting?
$27.5 million.
Wow.
Yeah, chump change.
The one thing I do know about horse racing, though, is all the guys are tiny. All the people that race horses are tiny.
Eeny, meeny,
I mean, you can't throw a unit on there. For example, I mean, if you throw Adam Dunn on the horse, Prince Fielder, that horse is going down.
Oh my god!
I mean, think about it. What if you literally
you can't
throw on BJ Raji on that horse? It's gonna die.
The horse would.
It's gonna keel over. I mean, yeah.
I know some hogs.
That's just the one thing I know.
I know some hogs that would not be good on that horse. They'd be doing the hog.
Vince Wilfork, I would love to see him ride a horse.
Vince Wilfork is a horse.
Okay.
Get my hog.
We love Vince Wilfork on this show.
Yeah, we definitely are.
We're a pro Vince Wilfork podcast.
Yeah,
we're a pro big man podcast. We love the big men. We always do.
We're also a pro hog podcast.
Okay.
We're a pro hog. We're an anti shaved side head podcast.
Okay.
Max
really is offended by my nice clean haircut because his hair is just so out of control. He just won't get it cut for whatever reason.
Okay. We got a lot to cover, and we've literally talked about nothing for about 20 minutes now.
We always do that.
So, I mean, NBA playoffs, we're now in second round, right? Bucks just had a huge win today.
Talk about a crazy ending. My God. That tip drill at the end?
Yeah, that was nuts.
I mean, I really didn't feel like we deserved that win, if I'm going to be honest.
This is what I say about Giannis, though. Like, this is it. Like, what Giannis did today, it has, like, he just has those games where he, like, refuses to lose. That was the type of game that we were in today.
He wills.
Giannis won the Bucks the game today.
Yeah.
Just by, like, being who he is. Like,
he's Superman.
It's unbelievable.
He is the modern day Clark Kent.
That's why, like, I truly believe, and, like, I'll feel this way. If we play the Heat in the next round, I'll feel the exact same way. But the Bucks and the Celtics is a toss-up. I think both the teams are about an equal level. They both are scrappy.
Especially with not having Middleton right now, it's a crap show.
It's very even.
I don't feel super confident that the Bucks are going to win it, but I'm hopeful that they will, and I believe that they will.
This game was huge.
Yeah,
if we would have lost game one at home, that would have been
very
devastating.
Deflating for the fans, deflating for the team.
Yes.
Not having Middleton, it was nice to have George Hill back, even though he did absolutely squat.
Ugh, George Hill. George Hill is like...
Connaughton was having those nice three-pointers today.
Connaughton always does.
He was catching it up here.
Why do you say that like a question mark? He always does.
He had the specific 2 3-pointers today where he would catch it up here and release it right away, just like, go.
That's what he does.
It's impressive. He's slaying.
Pat's a really sneaky good player to have. He's one of those like, key role players that you have in your team that just is reliable.
He is slaying right now.
Grayson's come back to reality.
Yeah,
0 points today, right?
He was flopping a lot today too.
Yeah,
he's kind of all over the court, just falling left and right. But yeah.
Yeah, back to my point though is I was saying like the Bucks and the Celtics total throw up. The Bucks and the Heat, I really think the Heat are going to beat the Sixers. We'll get into that.
Yeah, I mean, Embiid hurt his face again. Did you see that?
Yeah, I did.
He got hit again, and that's scary. Like if you have a broken orbital bone, like I was reading into it, you could literally get face paralysis if it's not taken care of properly. And he was just like, "Fuck it, I'm coming back. I'm not missing this." Like, I mean, I respect him for it, but Pretty scary.
Yeah. I'm going to finish my point because I've been trying to.
Sure.
So I'm gonna plow through here.
Plow through.
But I'll say, like, Boston and the Heat, they're very similar teams in my opinion. They're both very good defensive teams. They both have a really good player that they rely on with Tatum and Butler. But, like, Giannis is the difference maker in those series. If they're a throw-up, right, maybe they all go 7 games, whatever it might be, 6 or 7 games. The reason why the Bucks win is because they have the best player in the world.
Yeah.
And it's like...
I agree.
That was the exact layout today when they beat the Celtics. That game was a total throw-up. And, like, honestly, we probably should have lost.
Yeah, like, that tip drill where they literally had, like, 5 chances for that ball to go in, and then Al Horford ended up tipping the ball in right after the buzzer. Like, I was absolutely freaking out. I could not believe that ball went in after the buzzer. Like, seriously, so lucky, but I'm so happy and so grateful that Al Horford, just a little too slow, just a little too old. Little too old.
Can we be an anti-Al Horford podcast?
Why anti-Al Horford? He's a cool guy.
I cannot stand Al Horford.
Why?
He's
out of anyone in the league, Al Horford. There's so many more guys to hate.
He plays Giannis so hard all the time, and I don't know why. Al Horford's like 85.
Al Horford's aging and he's old. I mean, he's the reason we won today. If he wasn't a little more spry, a little more young, a little more quick, that ball could have been in a little earlier. But he's a grandpa, so we won.
If you could have
Grandpa Horford.
If you could have 3 things that you'd want this podcast to be anti,
Al Horford's not one of them.
What would they be? 3 things.
Anti big man on the horse.
An anti-fat people on a horse podcast? So we are formally an anti-fat people on horses podcast.
For the Kentucky Derby.
Oh my god. Unreal.
I was more so meaning like,
okay,
think of Vince Wilfork, Dunn, Fielder, all the people we've talked about. I think we'll just keep it at that for now. We'll come up with some more antis down the road. They've got to come as they feel natural.
You're right. Okay, so the other thing we definitely need to cover is the Milwaukee Brewers are playing some really good baseball.
Did you see that they're actually leading the MLB in home runs this year? Like, last year our offense was absolutely horrible, and I mean, we've come absolutely alive.
Yelich is back. I am officially declaring Yelich back right now on this podcast.
3-year slump, but he's back.
No, it was a 2-year slump.
2-year slump.
Dude, so what happened is he cracked the ball off his knee. And then the next year is COVID, which is like a throwout.
Sure. We'll give him the excuse of that.
And then the next year, he had all those back injuries and all those problems.
Yeah, a little brittle.
So it was tough to like get into it. Now it's like I feel like he's really seeing the ball again and hitting the ball well and all that stuff. Like I'm loving what we're seeing out of Yelich, and I think that's the reason why we're playing so well. He's driving the ball with force. He's getting multiple hits a game. I mean, this is what we need. Adames is a monster.
I love Willie. Willie Adames is my favorite Brewer. I need to get a Willie Adames shirt. Oh, I also need my jerseys. I have a freaking Orlando Arcia jersey and a Travis Shaw.
Oh.
My jerseys right now are Travis Shaw and Orlando Arcia. I need to get a new one. I think I'm going to get an Adames because my guys are out. They are out hard.
You definitely I don't think either of those two players are playing on an MLB team.
Yeah, I don't think they are, if I'm going to be honest.
That's tough. But yeah, no, it's been really fun watching them play. I mean, it's just like refreshing, seeing them off to such a hot start, seeing them like hitting the ball so well. I mean, as Brewers fans, we haven't seen the Brewers hit the ball well in 2 years.
I know, it's refreshing.
COVID, they were terrible.
Yeah, it's also just awesome to see how good of a pitching staff we have. Like, Joey Votto even came out and said before this series where we absolutely destroyed them, where we hit like 8 bombs in a series against them, that this is the best pitching staff he's ever faced, he's ever seen. And he's a geezer. He's old. He's seen a lot. And he said that this staff is the best he's ever seen in terms of starting pitching, relievers.
We're relentless. It's like now Eric Lauer is coming out to be
Lauer's
a Cy Young
looking like
candidate.
a 1-2.
Oh my gosh! So we got Burns, best pitcher in baseball.
Best
Woodruff,
pitcher in baseball.
Who's better than Burns? DeGrom,
Yeah.
maybe.
DeGrom, you could argue Scherzer, obviously.
Not anymore. I mean, Scherzer's really good, but for stuff wise,
We're gonna argue the Wood is better than Burns.
no. But the Wood is.
We love the Wood.
We are
pro
Wood
podcast.
We are a big Wood.
We
podcast.
are all about the Wood.
Big Wood.
Brandon Woodruff, we love him.
I love you.
Plus, he's a fellow G. So
us Gingers
they gotta stick together.
That's very true. But yeah, Woodruff's amazing. I mean, Hauser is solid.
Yeah, he's a solid 3.
Solid
3 for anything.
And Eric Lauer, dude. Freddie Peralta too. We're missing Freddie.
Crazy Freddie.
I mean, and then we go to our bullpen, and then you got to see Josh Hader. Good luck.
Yeah.
Have fun with that.
Boxberger, he's coming alive.
The Boxberger.
We love Boxberger.
It's definitely common knowledge to understand that Brad Boxberger is the single best pitcher in the game of baseball ever to step on the mound.
He's already going to be in the Hall of Fame.
Insta Hall of Famer. Box. The box in the wood.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
I miss watching Brandon Woodruff hit though. I wish they would let him hit sometimes.
They could.
His big lefty swing.
You should write a letter to council. Maybe he'd listen to you.
Excuse me, Mr. Craig. We need to get the Wood back in the box. He hits bombs. Sincerely.
Dear Mr. Wood, I played on
Mr. Wood. Mr. Wood, you're going directly to the Wood?
I'm going directly to the Wood. Dear Mr. Wood, I was the 5th string third baseman on the St. Norbert baseball team for 1 year before I quit.
I was the second string.
I was so far on the bottom of the roster that when we were up by 17 runs in a game, my coach only left our starter third baseman and took out all the other starters because he didn't had another third baseman.
And he
because
also
you
was
were
like,
so down on the roster.
Oh, we don't have a backup third baseman. What are we going to do?
Because you were scraping the bottom of the barrel. You had so many slivers in your ass from just riding on the pine.
Yeah. It's a good time, though.
Yeah, you're Dominguez. You were the Dominguez.
Yeah.
So I don't really know how we got there, but we're bringing it.
We're all over the place today.
We're bringing it back. We're bringing it back. Let's talk a little bit about Giannis. Like, not only is he the best player on the Bucks, not only is he going to will us to another championship, because you damn well know he's going to, but he's a pretty incredible person.
Yeah,
I know a lot of you might have heard some stuff about Giannis growing up and all this stuff, but Ty, I know Ty has some fun facts for us about Giannis.
Yeah, it's crazy, the background that he came from and how he started in Greece, and his family was incredibly poor. They started on the streets. Like, him and all of his brothers actually were constantly selling different things, watches, handbags, sunglasses, key rings, CDs, DVDs, whatever they could to get money to, have food, bring back stuff for their parents. Him and his brothers actually shared a pair of basketball shoes when they first started playing it. I think it was, I don't know exactly when the age was, maybe, I think it was 13. But just talk about, humble beginnings. It's crazy how, start off what he did in Greece and made it to the NBA. And now he's an NBA champion. He's an NBA MVP. He's humble as it gets. He built a team from the ground up. I mean, he's as loyal as they come in terms of any athlete, any person. Just an amazing story. He's my favorite of all time. He's my favorite athlete, and I think he's going to bring a couple more championships to us.
You know what Giannis really should do? He should come on this podcast.
I actually did DM him. I don't know if you saw that. I did DM Giannis. Giannis will be coming on the show. It's going to happen.
At some point.
At some point, we're bringing Giannis Antetokounmpo. I'm going to will it. I'm manifesting it. It's going to happen.
Honest to God, if we got to a point where Giannis Antetokounmpo was coming on our podcast,
we'd be doing pretty well.
I would shave my head into a mohawk.
How many times have you said you're gonna shave your head into a mohawk?
Like 5 ever.
You do every time there's some outrageous possible situation. You always say you're gonna do it, and then you always say you're gonna add the tiger stripes, the black stripes to like mohawk.
The Andy Dalton cut.
Andy Dalton.
But yeah, no, that amazing. I mean, honestly, like, we not only have one of the best players in the world, but we have one of the best people.
He's a great human, and
I love when he did when he went to Chick-fil-A after we won the finals. The day after we won the finals, he went to Chick-fil-A and got all those chicken nuggets.
Yeah, and
do you remember that?
He's always
he went live at the Chick-fil-A drive-thru.
Yeah, I just love how he's always just such like a little kid when it comes to like new things he experiences.
Yeah. Like
the first time he had like a milkshake. America's just the greatest place, and he's just his little Giannis giggle that he does.
His wife or fiance,
girlfriend.
She went live a couple days ago, and the Bucks were taking a road trip, and Giannis was packing like boxes, like ginormous like containers filled with Oreos.
Oh.
And she's like, "What are you doing with all those Oreos?" And Giannis, because he was packing.
Are these his power pellets, like Marshawn Lynch's Skittles?
Yes.
No.
And Giannis was like, "I'm going to eat them all." There were like 200 Oreos in there.
What?
I don't know if you actually ate them all, but it was so.
This wasn't a commercial for Oreo?
No, it was legit.
Are we promoting Oreos right now?
No, Giannis is promoting.
Is this
Oreos.
Our first advertisement?
But we have a larger reach than Giannis.
You're right. It's just slightly bigger.
Yeah, I mean,
we're at about 28 listens last week.
No.
What, 31?
No, we have to cut that out. We can't tell people that.
Yeah, we can. Who cares?
I don't want to tell people that. Because then I want them to take us seriously.
We had 310 million listens last week.
Yeah, we had 310 million listens, and we have 78 million followers going into our 4th podcast.
For real. Another story that I just loved. I'm sure a lot of you guys have heard this story with Giannis, and when he first started playing on the Bucks, like I think it was the first year, he was sending all of his money back to his family in Greece, and he didn't have like enough money for really living, so he would run to practice, and sometimes he wouldn't even run with shoes. There was a time when someone like picked him up and was like, "Hey, aren't you like Giannis? Why are you running? Like, do you need a ride?" He's like, "Yeah, I need a ride to practice." And someone picked him up, took him to practice. It's just
that's so funny.
I know he's just such a goober.
What a good guy. What are we thinking about? What's going to happen in the other NBA playoff series here? Like, what's going to go down? I mean, Warriors and Grizzlies.
I'm seeing right now that the Grizzlies are actually kind of getting wrecked right now. 65-82.
Oh wow!
I know.
I didn't know that was going on right now.
As much as I love the Grizzlies, I think the Grizzlies are not going to win the series.
It's not their time yet.
I'd say give them 2 years and they're going to be a serious contender. But right now, you're not going to take down Steph and Clay. And the emergence, like I said before, of Jordan Poole, it's not going to happen, unfortunately. As much as we're a pro Grizzly podcast, we love Bears.
Oh yeah,
we love Grizzlies. We love all Bears, black Bears, brown Bears.
I saw. I'm convinced when Haley and I were hiking in Apostle Island that we were like hiking like right next to a bear.
How would a bear get to a small island in Door County?
It's not in Door County. It's Apostle Island.
Isn't that in Door County?
No, it's like 5 hours north. It's like 5 hours north. It's north of Superior.
Ah, okay. Well, that makes sense. Then.
You're an absolute fucking brainless moron. Do not. Yeah, no, but I don't know. I forgot. The Grizzlies.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't think it's their time yet.
Warriors are taking that one for sure. Suns, I think the Suns are going to take it probably 4-2. 4-2 in the series. That's my prediction.
What's the series right now?
2-1. I think they're going to take it 4-2.
Well, the Mavericks
are going to get one more. I mean, I think they're a team the Mavericks are a team that will never be good enough. Luka is great. Luka is great, and his offense is amazing, but His defense lacks severely. His teammates have come out and said, I know I've read reports that they don't like him, and he's just kind of selfish.
Really?
I've read reports of that. I've seen shit on that. That he's just kind of a whiner, and it's all about him.
You know who I feel like I find it weird that I don't hear that about more is Trae Young. That guy looks like such a prick.
I think everyone loves him.
I think maybe their teammates like him because I haven't heard anything bad about him, but he's such a prick.
He is.
Like I despise playing against Trae Young in that series.
Yeah, he's just so cocky, and he's a good player, but you can't be that cocky yet. You haven't won anything. Like, you've won a couple playoff series, good for you, but
he hasn't won a playoff series.
Yeah, they made it kind of far last year.
I'm stupid. I forgot.
Yeah, brain dead idiot.
That's true. That was a dumb moment. Yeah.
All right, Mophead, come on, get it together.
Anyway, I just what were we talking about? Seriously, what were we
just talking about the Suns and Mavericks.
Oh, yeah.
Is there a reason you keep losing your train of thought today, bud?
No.
It's not anything that we ate before, or...
No.
Okay.
But what I will say,
Max did, in fact,
don't
take some CBD before this to get it relaxed, get it nice.
Well, that's good.
So Max is feeling a little slow today from that. We apologize if that is happening.
I don't apologize whatsoever. I'm unapologetic.
I don't apologize to fucking no one ever.
I apologize to absolutely fucking nobody. Yeah, no, I'm fine. I'm great. I completely disagree with you, by the way. I think the Mavs are going to win it all soon.
Really?
Picture one more good player with Luka.
I mean, they had Porzingis.
They have nobody. Porzingis sucks.
Spencer Dinwiddie?
You cannot be serious.
Jalen Brunson?
Dude, the Mavericks have absolute piss all on their team besides Luka. Imagine getting just one. Dude, if the Mavericks got like a Draymond, they would instantly be that much better.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see if they end up getting any other guys.
Like hard-nosed defenders. You know what I mean? Like guys that like can lock it up. Like if they got like a Jimmy Butler, probably that personality would be toxic on that team. But
yeah, that would not work. Him and Luka would not work together.
No, probably not. But they just need some good defensive players, and then I think they'll be right there. Oh no, Brewers lost 3-2.
Damn.
They came back in the 9th though. Like, oh, what happened here? Hold on, this just in. Breaking crime. I'm trying to see who got the RBI. We came back in the 9th inning. It looks like we
have a breaking groin incident. We haven't had one of those since the first week, right?
Yelich had breaking groin. Yelich had 0 strikeouts tonight.
That is huge news.
And he was 1 for 4. Urias was 2 for 4. Adames was 1 for 4. Yelich 1 for 4. Renfroe 1 for 3. With 2 strikeouts. Tellez 0 for 4 with 2 strikeouts and 2 runners left on base. Tough, but it's alright. We won 4 straight going into that game, so
yeah, okay.
With just absolutely destroying the Reds, destroying them. 4-23. The Reds are now 4-23.
Jesus,
that is so bad. Let's go to our Q&A.
Yeah, we can start off with I have one off the top of my head.
Yeah.
Tanner Paul. Big shout out to Tanner Paul, by the way.
He's been a big supporter.
He's been a huge supporter of us. He's giving us tons of ideas, and we love it. He's been so involved. And
he's been amazing.
One thing he asked with us is to kind of go over our sports teams and what would be our favorite sports teams if we weren't fans of the Packers, Brewers, Bucks, and for me also the Steelers. Why don't you start it off?
So, can you say that again? Just the beginning part.
Sure, CBD brain. Tanner Paul asked us, what teams would we support? What teams would we want to be like our number one if it wasn't Brewers, Packers, Bucks, and also Steelers for me? What teams would you support?
Pretty much my whole life in football. How many teams do I get? 3?
Well, yeah, just whatever you want. You can just do a couple.
Okay, we'll do 3. 3 each. Sure. Okay. So, I've always really been a fan of the Colts in football. I loved Peyton Manning when I was young. Like, Peyton Manning was definitely... he was my favorite quarterback growing up. Like when I was little, I had a Peyton Manning jersey. I love Peyton Manning. He is definitely somebody that I've been a fan of my whole life. Mm-hmm. And watching Peyton Manning play growing up was like amazing. Like he was so good.
He was
so good. He's so good.
Yeah.
Peyton Manning was. So that was definitely great to watch. What are you doing?
Checking your phone better.
Oh, checking my battery to see if our internet will last better.
Yeah.
So
Peyton Manning, Colts.
Yeah, Peyton Manning, Colts. And then another team that I've always kind of liked growing up is I always kind of liked the Los Angeles Clippers because
two really gross takes so far.
Yeah, I loved when the Bucks were really bad. It was fun to watch Blake Griffin, Chris Paul, and DeAndre Jordan play together. Because it was just Lob City.
I kind of want to share my NBA one now that this feels pretty similar to your situation. I, for some reason, used to love the Orlando Magic with Vince Carter and Dwight Howard together. When they just were absolute... Dwight was a Superman and Vince Carter was dunking the ball. And just another really random team.
Might be a while.
Kind of like the Clippers.
The Mavericks are any good again. I mean, they're terrible.
The Magic?
The Magic, yeah.
Jesus.
The Magic are terrible.
No more CBD for Max before episodes.
No. The Magic are really terrible.
Yeah, there is no hope in sight for them.
No. Yeah, I mean, I think those are the two kind of off the top of my head right now. I don't know. I mean, I've always kind of liked the Mavericks too. The Mavericks have always been kind of a fun team.
Back with Dirk.
Yeah.
Dirk was fun.
Yeah. I love watching
Dirk got a championship. He deserved it.
Oh, yeah. Mark Cuban, too.
Great guy.
One of the best.
Kind of, yeah.
All right, what are yours?
This might be a bit controversial for a Steelers fan, but
stop.
I think my NFL team that I would support would be the Ravens.
No.
Because there's only one singular reason for that, and that is Lamar Jackson. I love Lamar Jackson. He is the most entertaining player to watch in the NFL. I mean, that man's athleticism and, his throwing is getting better. But he is willing to die for his team out there. He's such a great teammate, and his running ability. He's one of the best true pure runners in the league to have, like, literally for any position. So I think I would pick the Ravens.
Awesome.
NBA, like I said before, it used to be the Magic. For some reason, I would always watch the Magic games. I would stream the Magic games just to watch Dwight and Vince Carter, and then also obviously the Raptors when Chris Bosh was a part of the Raptors.
Oh, Dino Bosh.
Him and what's his fucking name? Who is that? Andrea Bargnani.
Oh,
you remember him?
Yeah.
Him and Bargnani used to ball together. So, yeah, probably the Raptors. Also, when I was a kid. But yeah, I don't really have any other MLB teams. I'd say I don't pay attention enough outside of the Brewers to have a favorite team for the MLB. But strongly NFL, I'd go Ravens.
Yeah.
Just because of Lamar.
I really didn't mind if I'd say like one in the MLB. I've always really liked the Rays. Back when they had like Evan.
They kind of always feel like underdogs.
Yeah, and they're like the Brewers. I mean, you got to stick with those small market teams. Like Rays are a small market, and they have to kind of win the same way the Brewers do. Like raise good talent and draft smart and make these like Moneyball type-esque trades. I've always liked the Rays.
Okay, that's a good one. Honestly, now we talked about the Grizzlies earlier. I think I would be a true fan of the Grizzlies, just because of Ja. The other guy that they have, Desmond Bane.
Yeah, he's good.
I really like the Grizzlies. Like I feel like I'm starting to become an actual fan of the Grizzlies. Who knows? Maybe I'll get a Ja jersey at some point.
Wow.
A retro Grizzly Ja jersey. I mean, that would be pretty fucking sick. So
as you're wearing a Giannis jersey.
Yep, I got two Giannis jerseys now. I got this actually on the streets of the Fiserv area. Some dude was selling for $40, and I told him I had $29 cash, and he's just like, sure. So I got this nice stitched Giannis jersey. I mean, it's pretty quality. I mean, it's got the stitched down stuff. Like, this is cheaper than Alibaba.
I mean, it really is. Like Alibaba.
I mean, this is a big win. This jersey.
I think I ordered an Arcia jersey and from Alibaba like when I was a freshman in college.
Same. We both got the same.
And
one.
it came in like the wrong color jersey.
Oh yeah. Well, that's what you get when you're buying direct from
China.
big supplier from China. You got another one that Q&A?
Oh,
pulled up.
Yeah. So the second Q&A, we've actually got this from a couple people, and it was messaged to us directly. It was who would win in a fight.
We all know
1-on-1, and it would be. What's that? 3. 1, 2, 3. Me.
Max.
I would dish.
You're a pussy.
That. Okay. That is completely incorrect. I know I have diva-esque tendencies once in a while. But I am not.
Every single day of your life.
What do you mean?
How many outfits did you try on before we went out last night? How many outfits did you change into?
I had to make sure that I was... The people want the best version of myself all the time. That's what the people
Black
want.
jeans weren't cutting it. Or the Lululemons weren't cutting it.
The Lululemons were too dressy for the vibe that I wanted. Okay. So I had to get out of the Lulus.
Well, I was a jiu-jitsu master and boxing king back in the day.
Well, I got boxing training.
You watched a YouTube video, you bitch.
I got
Max,
boxing training.
we actually did some boxing back in the day. We used to hit the bag back at St. Norbert Gym. And we both thought we were badass for hitting the boxing.
Everybody would look at us.
Yeah, we were actually horrible.
Max
was
probably like, what is wrong with
like
these
these guys think they're so cool putting their boxing gloves on and hitting the bag for 20 seconds at a time. But Max would always tell me, Ty, like, I got this trainer, like, I think I really know what I'm doing. I ended up finding out that this fucking trainer was a YouTube video. His trainer was a fucking YouTube video.
Whatever.
You're ridiculous.
And I watched.
But seriously though,
so
why do you think you'd win in a fight?
Because I don't know.
I got the length. I got more strength. You're a little injured right now.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not.
I could pull your hair. Like it's easy to grab. I just whip you down, throw you across the walls.
But here's the thing about you, right? Your ears.
My elbows, dude. These things are dangerous.
Your ears.
The elbows
are very easy. They're like grabbing parachutes. So your ears are easy to take you down with, and then you just have a huge head.
My head is a battering ram. You don't want to mess with this fucking brick. Also, dude, these elbows are pointy. I broke this elbow. It's got an extra sharp point. This thing will tear into your skull.
Also, we'll put up who would win in a fight.
We all know that it would.
We'll see.
I've got every measurable over you.
We'll see what the people think. We'll put it up for.
I've got the grit. I've got the tenacity, the will. What do you have?
I have the guts.
The gummy brain.
I have the guts and the glory.
The guts and the glory.
That's what I have.
Is that what the YouTube video told you?
Yeah. I have the motivation.
Make sure you always believe in yourself.
I have the motivation of a tiger. And I will destroy you. I do.
Can you explain what the motivation of a tiger is, please?
What does a tiger do? It says instinct to kill. And I will destroy you with the motivation and the instincts of a tiger. McGregor has the instincts of a tiger.
And look what's happened to him.
Well,
he fucking sucks now. He's a disgrace to the sport. And he gets wrecked every time he fights. He's terrible. He's horrible.
Ever since that Mayweather fight,
yeah,
he hasn't won since.
He sucks. So that's a great comparison for you. You're gonna lose, you suck. So
yeah, McGregor wasn't the best thought of comparison. That is true.
Put your votes in though. We all know who's gonna win this one.
Yeah.
I got the height as well. We forgot to mention that. So
Yeah. But you're also dumber.
Okay, Gummy Brain. So the one who's lost his train of thought about 14 times this episode.
Okay, let's finish it up.
Any more Q&As that we had come in, or?
Hold on, let me see. We had more, but I'm not going to read all of them.
Yeah.
There are too many.
We'll just do the interesting ones.
Let's see. I don't know if I'm in the right...
Yeah. I think we'll probably wrap it up on the fuck-ups of the week then.
Fuck-ups of the week.
Let's leave with yours, because mine is my number one worst of all time. So we'll leave. Yeah. Let's leave with yours.
Yeah. Okay. So for my fuck-up of the week, it definitely is a good one. Sorry.
You're just fucking these people's ears right now with your movement.
I'm sorry. So my fuck-up of the week is definitely not a moment that I know Jack and my friendship. It was not great. So I went out one college night, right? It was a Saturday night.
You weren't drinking alcoholic beverages, were you?
Oh, I was. I was.
We weren't 21.
I don't care. I was crushing beers, and I came back, and Jack was like, he had baseball games, so he was out of town. I ate his pizza, his sausage and mushroom.
You don't want to mess with a Jack pizza.
And I wish Jack was on the podcast so he could have a lifetime reaction to this as well. But I ate his pizza, one of the worst mistakes I've ever made. He came home from his game like late on Sunday, and he goes straight to the fridge when he opens that door. And I'm like, oh no, like this is not going to be good. He goes straight to the fridge when he opens that door, and the pizza's not there. And he goes like, who ate my pizza? Like,
I can just imagine the duck butter, the sweat coming off of your forehead. Just,
yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Not good. I was like, Jack, I'm sorry, but I ate your pizza. And he's like, that's all I wanted when I got home from baseball. That's all I wanted is that piece of pizza. You don't even like mushrooms. I was like,
mushrooms?
There was mushrooms on the pizza.
How did you eat that? Ugh.
Oh, no, he said olives.
Okay, olives are
He
horrible
said,
too.
you don't even like olives. Yeah. Jack, to this day, if you're listening, I promise you I'm forever sorry for that moment. But
he actually also did put a hit out on Max. He hired a man to kill him.
Yes.
He has not succeeded.
It's because of my
As if his amazing
heart of a tiger. That's why.
Got the eye of the tiger.
Okay. Yeah, so that's my fuck up of the week. Don't eat Jack Monster's pizza. That's all I have to tell you. So
yeah.
Okay.
All right. So mine. This is an all-time fuck up for anyone. This could be a number one for most people in this world. So I was at baseball practice and
this is the ridiculous story I've ever heard.
Yeah, I was at baseball practice and I always told my mom, like, the dentist told me I should not be wearing my retainers at practice. And I always told her that, and she never, she's always just like, no, you gotta wear it at all times. And I'm in line, feeling ground balls. I'm kind of, feeling myself. Just had a nice grounder. Didn't make a bad throw like I normally do. Walking back in line, bouncing around a little bit. Kind of, sometimes you flip the retainer out a little bit. Just kind of play with it in your mouth. Unfortunately, I swallowed the fucker. It went straight down. Not a problem whatsoever. It went down like butter. And it was very scary. I immediately was just like, Uncle Shane. I was in 8th grade, by the way. Uncle Shane, I swallowed my retainer. And they're like, oh, no you didn't, Tyler. Fuck you. You didn't. I'm like, Uncle Shane, yes I did. So, yeah, Kyle immediately tells me, go throw it up in the bathroom. Go throw it up in the bathroom. I go to the bathroom. I'm thinking about it. I'm like, what if that, comes back up and, doesn't go up like it did go down? What if it goes up, outwards with the metal hooks on the outside and rips up my throat? So good thing I didn't do that, because when the doctor did tell me that if I would have thrown it up, I would have ripped my esophagus up and I would have died. So shout out to Kyle for that great idea. I'm glad I didn't listen to him. So after the baseball practice, I call my mom. I'm actually at Little Caesars, about to order a pizza. I'm like, hey mom, I'm at Little Caesars. After you swallow your I'm at Little Caesars. I was fucking hungry. I'm always hungry. At Little Caesars.
Like gut?
Yeah, got a gut. I'm at Little Caesars ordering the pizza. I'm talking to my mom. Hey, getting Little Caesars. I'll be home soon. I also swallowed my retainer. She starts freaking out. Don't eat anything. Don't eat anything. We gotta go to the hospital now. So we drive to Freighter. There's a shooting. Unfortunately, there's a shooting. All the surgery rooms are taken up. So they can't get me in for surgery. So they tell me I have to wait overnight. I wait overnight. I'm really worried that this thing's going to rip up my intestines. I mean, it's got hooks on both sides, jagged edges on the bottom. It was the bottom retainer, by the way. And get to the next morning, they take the x-ray. It's still there, but they say, hey, man, like, unfortunately, it went a little faster down through your intestines than we thought. And we're not going to be able to perform surgery. So you're going to have to do a little due diligence in the next 2-3 weeks, and you're going to have to try to find it. So in the next 2 to 3 weeks, they gave me about 20 sets of nitrile gloves.
Okay.
And I had to, unfortunately, try to find it.
That's disgusting.
Fork. I had to use a fork.
Disgusting, vile swine.
Wow.
You're a swine.
I couldn't help it. I had to. I had to try to find it. So I never found it. And to this day, I have not found it. And that was 8th grade. I am now currently 24 years old. The retainer has yet to be found. So that is the story. That is my number one fuck up that you'll probably ever hear. They also told me that this is the biggest hospital in Milwaukee, or the biggest hospital in like the Midwest. They said that they've never seen anything like this. They said that I might have been the only person in the world. They said that I might have been the only person in the world to have done this. And they were absolutely baffled that there's also no one as dumb as me.
Oh my God.
So that's my big fuck up. And I think that wraps up the episode.
That wraps it up on wow, what a note. So if you've made it this far with us, thank you very much for listening. We appreciate each and every one of you. We love doing this for you guys. We're going to keep the content rolling. We're not going to stop. We're going to go Monday after Monday.
We're going to keep slapping you.
After Monday after Monday.
We're going to keep slapping you in the face every Monday with content.
Of course. So subscribe to YouTube, like us, or rate us 5 stars on the Spotify. Follow us on the Spotify. And we love you. Thank you so much.
Pot out.
Pot out.